Hello everyone and welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Alicia and in this channel I like to do scrapbooking and bullet journaling videos. Today I will be walking you through my November weekly setups, but before moving that, here is a quick flip through of how I have made the November setup. The November bullet journal cover page is mostly inspired by the retro gaming themes, and here I have written down all the habits that I'll be tracking that I've actually not put down in the November bullet journal setup. It will be linked in the description below and even in the cards. The content planner that I still have to fill, daily pages log, and few things about video games that you learn while you play. So make sure to be subscribed to my channel so you get to see a lot of more creative ideas that I have in plan for the next year. This is going to be a very short video of me setting up the weekly layouts for November. So basically I wanted to go with a Dutch door layout where I will have similar designs for all of the weeklies, and here I am just going to cut down the parts where I don't want for the weekly layout. So it's a Dutch door, so I am basically cutting the page into half. So I have half of the design on the page which is more aligned towards the center, but here I realized that I cut extra where I'm not supposed to, so I'm just having a little existential crisis, but it's not a big deal. I can make it work through, and I will show it to you how I have made the design look like it was more intended, though it was not. I should not have cut the last page because that's where I usually write down my long form journaling, but yeah, it's not a big deal. I can easily make it work. So here you can see that I have sketched out 8 boxes, so that will be 7 days for the week, and the last box is going for the note section. I start my week on Sunday, but November starts on a Wednesday, so I will make it look like I have a rolling weekly, which basically means that I will add the previous month's last days in this setup, but I have already wrote down whatever I wanted to do in the last days of October in my October weekly setup, but I will just write it down so it looks more cohesive and intended. I used Tombow dual brush pen in N79 to highlight the heading, and then going over with my fine liner to write the days of the week and notes. I wanted to put the calendar on the left hand side space so that every time I turn my weeklies I have the access to the calendar. I initially wanted to write it down, and then I remembered that I have these clear stamps from Journal Say, and this is a really handy dandy one, and I have used the same stamp for my habits tracker as well. Since the previous pages were so doodle heavy, I did not want to pressure myself in doing all the doodles all over again, though I understand that it would probably be more in line with the theme. I wanted to try all the stamps that I have, but not all the stamps, but some of the stamps that I have been meaning to use, and hopefully it will also inspire you to use all your silicone stamps that you have been stacking and hoarding for such a long time to actually put it on use. This is the number stamps that I have, which is in floral pattern. So instead of writing November, I am going to mark 11 as the 11th month of the year. While stamping, the first one actually came out pretty well, but the second one, for whatever reason, the middle portion did not come through. I thought of doing a second stamp on top of it, but my experience all the time that I try to do a double stamping is not in the exact position, so I thought I will just rather leave it. This second side of the page is what I'm going to use a different set of silicone stamps. And as you can see, I am trying to do a second stamping on the same wheat bundle design, and it is not coming across, so I just left it there. However, I do like this olive branch stamp, and that comes across with such prominent color, and it's a very good stamp. I have used this in decorating the envelopes for my shop. And just to say, if you have not checked out my shop, I have bunch of stickers. I also run regular sales on my Etsy shop, so the link to the shop will be also down below. I am just going to finish the spread with these tiny I guess these are olives and vines, to just give it some touch and oomph, and finishing off the entire spread with this moth stamp. I think it's moth. Again, it did not come across completely, so I am going to try my best to get some form of outline so it looks more complete. Since all the spreads are going to be pretty much same, I did not record, and I don't want you to see me doing the same steps over and over again. But here is how my final flip through looks like. I have done the similar structure for all the boxes and also finished it off with the vines and the olive stems, and this is how the long form journaling page would look like. If you want to follow me also on Instagram and TikTok, my handle would be popping up on the screen above. It's coffee_journal_naps, and I do post on there semi-regularly, so it will be very nice to see you. Come hang out with me on the other social platforms as well. Well friends, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will be posting more contents about forming the new bullet journals for next year, so stick around, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!